Hello everybody. Welcome back. I'm going to shock you all. I decided tonight that I was actually going to try to do a 16 by 20. Yes, I went a little bigger. Tonight though, what I'm going to do is I am actually going to be using a gray base. It's made with, what I did is I took some Artist Loft white and Artist Loft black paints and I mixed them together until I got the right color of gray that I wanted. Then I took that gray and actually mixed it with the Floetrol and water. And I came up with a really nice base. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to pause the video for a moment and go ahead and get the canvas flooded. Once I get it flooded, then I'll come back and I'll tell you what the other colors are that I'm going to be using. But please, do me a favor if you would. Please go in and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on those post notifications so that you're notified when my videos get posted. I will be right back. Okay, so as you can see, I have flooded the canvas. I've not blown out the bubbles yet because I also took some of that gray and I've got it in this bottle here. It's one of my Loli Veffy squeeze bottles. And now I just go through and try not to actually scrape the painting as I'm doing it. But I like to make sure that the edges get good and coated, and that we're not going to have any issues with the edges. Whoops. Sometimes you'll have issues where you're going along and your hand might get a little shaky and you miss some spots. Okay, so now what I want to do is, first, like I said, anytime you're using these type of squeeze bottles where you have a twist top like that, once you reclose it, you want to take and wipe the tip so that the tip is clean. Because when you go to use your paints at another time, you don't want to have it all gunked up at the top and not realize it and go to squeeze your paints out and suddenly have globs of yucky in your painting. So now that like I said, I've flooded the canvas with the gray base, I've fixed all of my edges. Now I'm going to use my mini blowtorch and I'm going to blow out the bubbles. And these bubbles are created whenever you shake your paint. So if you're shaking your paint up, you're going to expect to have bubbles. And you always want to shake your paint up before you use it, because you never know when, like in this case, I used black and white to actually make my gray color, which now that I'm looking at it, it is still a little darker than I had originally wanted. The problem with that is it's actually going to dry darker. I thought I was making it lighter. Alright, I've pretty much got the bubbles popped. There might be a few little areas that didn't quite. Let me just go back over this section. Alright, now we're good. But whenever you're mixing like two colors together, it's good to shake it when you go to use it, because those colors can sometimes separate a little bit. So to be able to make sure that you're getting a good mix, you want to shake it up. Now, my first color that I'm going to be using tonight is just the Artist Loft Black, okay? So we're going to put that down. And yes, I'm still just doing my line across, okay? At some point, when I get a little more experience, I might actually kind of change up the way I do my composition. But for now, I feel most comfortable this way. Okay, so the next color I'm going to use is the white, okay? Oh, and like usual, an air pocket was inside my white. So of course, it's kind of exploding out the top. Alright, so now we're going to lay down the white. And I'm being a little generous with the white, because I want that to be one of the colors that does stand out. So I'm hoping that'll work. The next color that I want to use, I'm actually going to be using my sterling silver. And really quick, the white is actually the titanium white by Artist Loft. And now, like I said, I'm going to be using the sterling silver by Deco Art. And yes, the sterling silver kind of blends in with that white. So it's kind of hard to see when you first put it down. The next color I'm going to be using, yes, you've guessed it, it's the Crimson by Artist Loft. Those are my colors tonight. Okay. And yes, red. Of course, it exploded also. That is something that, you know, when you're doing these paints, you just want to make sure that when you go to open your bottles, you open them away from the painting. Because you don't want to be opening them right over the painting and suddenly have them explode and paint be everywhere. Okay, so now we're going to take the mini torch again and we're going to blow out our bubbles with the paint that we just laid down. Okay. Alright. Looks like that's pretty good. So now comes the fun part. Actually blowing it out. And again, this is the Flower Blow Dryer created by Drew Barrymore. And the reason I like this one, because it was under 30 bucks at Walmart, and two, because it's actually small. It's easy for me to handle. I have small hands. So for me, this is perfect size. So now we're going to blow this out. And we're just going to pray that it comes out okay. Okay, so I'm sure that you could see me shaking my head. Unfortunately for this one, and I kind of had a feeling that was going to happen, I got a little more gray base in the center than I really should have put down. And that, unfortunately, can be a mistake that a lot of us do. We get more base than we really should. And so what'll happen is, and of course, I also got my blow dryer in some of the black part of the paint. That happens a lot too. But yes, when you get more base than is actually meant to be there, it can cause your colors to get buried. What I'm going to do is, though, because sometimes, as I've stated in other videos, if you take your mini blowtorch and you kind of put it over the gray areas that you blew out, sometimes you'll get other colors to pop through. I didn't say all the time, just sometimes. And in this case, that did not actually work. So, this is what I'm actually going to do. Now, I wouldn't normally suggest this, but I'm going to give it a shot now. I'm going to actually take a little bit of the red and put just a little red right here. And we're going to put just a little red right here. And then I think I'm going to add just a hint of silver. And I don't normally suggest this because you do take the chance of ruining the painting. Okay? And then now what we're going to do is take the mini torch and just pop the bubbles. And now we're going to take the blow dryer Aha! And that actually, yes, that actually worked out. Now what I want to do is, I'm actually going to take a little bit of the black. I'm just going to put a little black right here. And just a little black right there. Okay? And then one more time with this silver. I need to actually make more silver. I've gotten low. But I have feeling since the red worked, the red and silver worked, I'm hoping that maybe the black and silver will work in these other areas. I've blown out the bubbles. So let's try this again, okay? Oh, yes. All right. Now, again, as I said, normally I would not suggest that. I just would not suggest it. Sometimes it does work, though, depending on how much of the base is still setting in the center. And in this case, I had enough of the base still sitting in the center to where I was actually able to blow it out again. So, and honestly, now, it really don't look too bad. I kind of like the way it turned out now. So, I'm just going to do something really quick, because now that I've put that other color down, let's try something. We're just going to see if we can get some some more cells going. Okay. Like I said, sometimes the blowtorch works, other times not so much. In this case, unfortunately, it didn't really create any more cells, but hey, I'm actually, at the moment, I'm liking this particular painting. I didn't have to scrape it, and that's a good thing. So, it doesn't look like there's anything else that I'm going to need to do to it. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go ahead and bring you down for a close-up. Give me just a moment. Okay, so this is the close-up. And the reason that I went with these colors, I actually have a friend who just recently remodeled her kitchen. She has gray cabinets with a dark colored laminate, not laminate, granite countertop. And she has a red accent wall. This is all in her kitchen. So like I said, it's gray colored cabinets, about the color of the base. She's got that red accent wall, and she's got the dark granite countertops. And when I first started learning how to do these paintings, I actually attempted to do one for her, and I gave it to her when it was done. But once I became more experienced, I realized just how awful that particular painting actually looked. And give me a second, and I'm going to show you a sample of one of my first paintings, and you'll see the difference. See the difference? Let me step back a little, and you can see that it did not blow out at all like it was supposed to. Now, if you look at that, and now look at this and the way it's blown out, see the difference? So, my whole reason for wanting to do this particular painting was, one, because I thought you might find these colors kind of cool to look at. But number two, I want to actually replace that horrible painting that I gave my friend over a year ago and replace it with one that's nicer looking and came out more the way it's supposed to. And I think this will be a great addition to her kitchen. Now, as I have stated before, or at least I think I have in previous videos, I did actually start a Facebook page. It's Nancy's Original Art. If I had my other phone in here, I could show you kind of what it looked like. Actually, give me just a moment. For the moment, I've turned off my ring light. If you go to look for my Facebook page, this is actually what it's going to look like. Okay? And I would love it if you would all, again, please, please, go to my Facebook page. Please like my page. And if you would please, if you haven't done it yet, please, 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 like this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on those post notifications so that you'll know when my next video is posted. I really hope that you have actually enjoyed this video, and I hope that you will join me again for future videos. please, please help my channel to grow. And just so you know, I actually do have some paintings listed on my Facebook page that are actually up for sale. So if you see any on there that's been posted and you would like one, please let me know. My email address is all lowercase. It's N as in Nancy, L as in like, W as in wicked, E as in echo, S as in Sam, L as in like, E as in echo, @gmail.com. If you are interested in one of my paintings, you can either contact me via the email address that I just gave you, or if you're on my Facebook page, you can also message me through Messenger. I will be happy to get back with you, and I will be happy to sell you one of my paintings. But until next time, I hope you all have a wonderful evening, what's left of it. And again, thank you for joining me for another video. Bye! Don't laugh at me. I forgot to tell you. Don't forget to take care of your drips. Okay, now have a wonderful evening. And until next time, bye.